We found the process with eHaus really good from the get-go. It was just good comms throughout. Everything that we sort of asked for was achievable, and there was no requirement on our part to sort of compromise the vision. I just keep telling people that I'm waiting for the owner of this Airbnb to come kick me out. Because it's just so nice, and you just wake up here and you're like, oh man, you don't want to leave, and it's just great to have a place, a warm house to always come back to at the end of the like a long day. You can always come back and just, yeah, it's hard not to relax. It's nice and quiet. It's so well insulated. You can just shut off all your problems outside, sit down, have a cup of tea, good to go.
Coming from a colder house to living here, and the whole house is warm, which is nice. Like, yeah, you just get home and you don't really have to think about putting the fire on or heating the house up. It's just comfortable straight away, which has been amazing. And yeah, it's the first thing people notice when they walk in, usually, is how warm it is in here.
With that MHRV system, you've always got like fresh air coming in, stale air going out. So you can have everything closed, but it never gets stuffy, it's never too warm. It's it creates just a real nice environment inside. So yeah, not having to get firewood's great. The whole Scandinavian, clean and light and bright, and then a mix with the Japanese sort of minimalism. Really like that. So yeah, the Shoji door, that's my Japanese piece, and I think it's really cool. It's a nice cedar door based on the Japanese sort of rice paper shoji doors. So that's another cool feature of the space. The bench seat and the loft, those were sort of inspired by the tiny house movement, because we quite like tiny houses, but we've gone a little bit bigger than tiny, but we thought we'd bring some tiny features to our house. So we've got a cool little loft, like a mezzanine loft up top where we have our little TV room, and a built-in bench seat that has storage and some really cool custom-made squabs on the top that we're really pleased with. Warren was sort of on the same wavelength as us from the get-go, so that made the whole process real streamlined, because he sort of knew what we were talking about. We didn't have to keep making changes. It was like, this is what we want, and he was just like, bam. So that made life a lot more simple, and it made it fun, the whole process. It was enjoyable. Like, we really liked collaborating with eHaus and coming up with ideas and getting all excited and sending each other Pinterest and stuff, and so that's neat.
Yeah. We felt involved as well, like even down to sitting with the designer and at the computer with him and going through some ideas and changes and visually seeing how it would look, and yeah, that was fun. Yeah. A lot of people sort of commented when we first started building about the windows, like there's not as many windows as you would possibly traditionally do with a site like this, but rather than too many windows, they've just been positioned in just the right places to let in enough light and heat the home when we need it to, and yeah. Building with eHaus Manawatū, if you're thinking about it, I would say do it. Yeah, get in line, and and yeah, I'd definitely recommend building with eHaus Manawatū.
Go to an information evening, and learn why it's worth doing, and you'll just it makes so much sense that once you learn about it, you might want to go back to a normal style house. Like everyone's house should be built using the same methods, and New Zealand's climate has sort of let us get away with not building to a high standard, whereas in Europe this is the standard. This is how you build a house.